You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube up. Welcome back to another sports reaction. And in this reaction, we have Caitlin and they were going against the Connecticut Sun, and they got a little bit chippy. And the one thing I do love about the WNBA, people may say it's not as fast paced as the NBA or high flying as the NBA. I do give them this one thing. They do play physical and it does get chippy, which makes for great basketball. So y'all, let's watch. It's a few clips that happen in a certain order. So let's get into the clips. And you can tell from the jump, she guarding her hard too.
Clark working on Sheldon into another double team. Here is Dantis, who hits the deck. We'll have another jump ball.
Both JC Sheldon
And see, that's what I like to see. You see them chirp? See, you see them chirping at each other. You see them competing. And then at the very beginning of the clip, you can see how tough she was guarding Caitlin. So you already know just from this play alone, the whole game is going to get chippy, because if you look at it, it's the second quarter and it's 23-24. So just keep that in mind, how she was guarding Caitlin Clark in the very beginning.
They're both going at it, saying, hey, extra.
See, in the push and
Right there.
yeah, and her teammate pushed Caitlin because she saw Caitlin did push her. So of course, that's why I said it's going to get physical when it comes to basketball, especially since it's such a physical sport. But you see the competitiveness. That's one thing I do love about the WNBA. It is competitive.
And Marina steps in to protect JC. I mean, there's a little drawing going on right here. Look, there's a push. There's a shove. JC's got her hands on her. Caitlin's pushing off. I'm telling you, those two have been at it for years.
And see, look how Garcia tough. Look how she guarding.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
And then,
and Marina Mabry's going to get ejected.
Yeah, and Marina, number 3, she was the one who pushed her, not
Look at Mabry. She's got a scar on one side, scratch on one side of her face, a scratch on the other side. It's not from the game today. I asked her about it. She's always in the mix.
See, she's getting guarded tough.
There's a lot of contact here.
Because a lot of people thought it was Tina Charles that pushed her, but it wasn't.
There's a scrape across the face. That's what Clark didn't like. And then Mabry came in with the
See, it wasn't Tina Charles that pushed her.
Yeah, Mabry's days.
It was Mabry.
Sure, they're going to be done.
Which I'm surprised they didn't kick her out of the game because of that push. Which I was surprised by that. And keep in mind about that foul, because the next play after that, it's going to make more sense.
So there's clearly that's a foul.
And it's contact to the face as well. It'll be interesting to know if they're going to look at that first one for a flagrant foul. There was an impact, there wasn't wind up or follow through, but there was a direct hit to the eye of Clark, and then just a totally unnecessary body bump by Marina Mabry as the two sides had, and perhaps even in the category of suspension worthy. I mean, there's just nothing basketball about it.
You know,
Technical foul on Caitlin Clark, a technical foul on Tina Charles, and a technical foul on Marina Mabry.
Wow, is Mabry going to save?
Yeah, and they just gave her a technical, and I was surprised by that, but the hooper in me is glad, because I wish the NBA was more like that. Just give them technical fouls if they push each other and just let it go on from there. But I do understand, as a referee, you got to kind of control the game, because if you're going to let pushing go, it's going to get worse.
Game? That's hard to believe. What do you have to do to get it?
So that was this first clip, and remember that foul, remember that sequence, because the next clip is going to make sense. All right, y'all, now keep in mind what happened, and this is the next clip after that skirmish.
Here is Clark splashing home.
And you see how she's talking to the bench, trash after that 3. And the game is getting out of hand. It's 64-84. So, you know, of course, most hooper are going to pop they ish. I can't say because I don't want this video to get striked or flagged for cursing. But you could tell she's talking trash to the bench now. So just keep in mind all these things piling up.
Words with the bench on her way back.
2-point lead. Caitlin Clark with a few words with J.C. Sheldon and keeping the crowd engaged.
The coach got to tell her, hey, chill, you got to chill. One of the assistant coaches.
Escorting her back to the bench.
That's a tough step back, though.
Was there with her hand in her face. Competitive fire.
Wilson had it knocked away. Good hands by Allen. And Sheldon comes up with the steal.
Bop!
And going coast to coast. And here's we got another.
And see, that was for retaliation for what happened to Caitlin Clark earlier.
Right after Sophie Cunningham. It was a hard foul, no question.
I'm blaming this all on the officials tonight. It is totally.
See, and she's saying what I'm saying, because since the officials didn't kick anyone out after that first technical foul when maybe when they were pushed each other and just gave them all technicals, it was bound to get to this point. Then after that, them getting blown out, Caitlin Clark trash talking, it was bound to get to this.
Responsibility. That's a hard foul. That's a flagrant foul. And if they had taken care of the business earlier, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Well, you can't eject her because you didn't eject Mabry.
And see, she's saying the same thing I'm saying. Since you didn't eject the other player from that push earlier.
I'd say it's a play on the ball,
But what's crazy is she didn't throw any punches or anything. She just like held her from behind her head.
This will get upgraded.
But if you don't remember, that was the one who was guarding Caitlin Clark hard in the beginning of. That's the whole thing.
it's the security that.
And plus, teammates are going to look after each other.
And here is what really got
Because see, this is
this escalated.
See,
That was
Caitlin
called
Clark with the
flagrant.
push.
Those two were technicals.
Then
Charles
Caitlin
got a
Clark gets
technical,
pushed.
And then Mabry for what we thought should have been 2 technicals and ejection. It was called just 1.
I thought everyone else was in there trying to keep it from escalating too. I don't know, do you consider that a fight?
Lindsay Allen for Connecticut is a technical foul ejection for fighting. J.C. Sheldon ejected, technical foul for fighting. Indiana's gonna get 2
This is where-
and 2 technical fouls.
See, and that's why I was surprised they didn't do it the first time. But, like I said, I do actually like the WNBA. I know most people don't. I think, honestly, most of the men that do like the WNBA, they tend to be hoopers themselves. But as you can see, they do get competitive, and sometimes tempers can run high, and it does get physical like this. But let me know what you thought, and do you think Caitlin Clark should have got ejected in that first scrummage, or should all those players got ejected the first time? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see vlogs, reaction videos, police cam videos, dating about relationships, pretty much anything, subscribe to Channel Adrian TV. I will see you on the next one.